Okay, so this week we are going to start writing our rough draft of our informative writing. So you guys have done tons of work to prepare, and now it's time to move into the next step of the writing process. So from here on out, we're going to be working in Am I Right? So you will log in through Clever, and then you'll scroll down to where you see all of your apps. Now, Am I Right looks like this. And you were asked to find it in your scavenger hunt at the beginning of the year. So you'll go ahead and open Am I Right? Now I'm looking at the teacher version, but I am going to go ahead and switch to the student model so that I can show you what this will look like. And I'm just going to go to a random class. So this is what your home screen will look like. You will need to go to the practice tab. So once you open the practice tab, you will see all of the prompts that are in here to work on. You are going to be working on your informative writing biography. So you'll select that one. It's already selected on here, but if it wasn't selected, you could select it. Okay, then you're going to come down here and hit begin writing. We already did the pre-writing step, so we're going to go ahead and just begin. Okay, so you'll see this screen pop up. And notice at the top it says click submit when you're finished. Okay, this is not timed, so you don't have a time limit. You don't want to hit submit down here until you are completely finished, which is not going to be this week, so keep that in mind. You are going to have to come up with a title for your paper. My suggestion to you would be to probably wait until a little bit later. Give yourself some time to think of a title, but keep in mind you will need a title eventually. So the directions say you are going to be writing an informative writing about a famous person that you admire. You've already chosen your topic, and I have approved it. And we've already planned out our entire paper. So we're going to have an introduction paragraph, 3 sections with headings, and I have put the headings in here for you. So early life, life and accomplishments, and effect on others, and a conclusion paragraph. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is to go ahead and add in those headings. Now, when we are writing a heading, you need to make sure that the first letter is capitalized of all of the big words. So early life, we're going to leave some space because that's where we're going to type our paragraph. Life, and then words like and don't have to be capitalized, but life and accomplishments, and leave some space, and then effect on others. Okay, so these are our 3 body paragraphs. We have our 3 headings. And when you type your paragraph under, I just want you to go to skip a line and go to the very next line. Okay, so you'll type in there when you start your paragraph. Now, your introduction is going to come first, and for each paragraph, you have to indent. Now, unfortunately, on the iPad, you guys aren't going to have a tab key, so there's no tab key to help you to indent. So what I would have you do is to put your 5 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I'm ready to start my paragraph. So with each new paragraph, you have to indent. Okay, so I'm going to write my introduction paragraph, but before I can do this, I'm going to slide up and split my screen with my graphic organizer. So now I have my graphic organizer and I can start. Now the first sentence of your introduction needs to be your hook, but kind of like what that video said, sometimes it's best to write your hook at the end, so it might come to you. So thinking about an interesting fact or a question to get your readers into what you're about to say, whatever you choose for your hook, you might want to write it at the end so that it kind of comes to you naturally. But the first sentence is going to be a hook. I'm going to go ahead and skip it for now, and I'll come back to it. But I'm going to start writing my first paragraph. So I've written Stephen King is an author of more than 70 published books. Okay, so notice that I have kind of combined these two first sentences. So I'm not writing exactly what I wrote in here. That doesn't mean that you can't write exactly what you wrote in here as long as it's written in your own words, but I am changing it up a little bit. Okay, so he is mostly known for writing horror novels. He has books about writing and the Red Sox. Okay, so notice when I'm typing, I just continue typing and it's gonna automatically go to the next line for me. So you don't have to hit enter at the end of the line, it'll automatically do that for you. Notice how this line is indented, so it comes in 5 spaces from the front, but the rest are gonna come clear over to this side. That's how the beginning of every paragraph should look. So when I come down under early life and I start typing my paragraph, again, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm gonna start typing. So Stephen King was born on September 21st, 1947. So that's going to be the beginning of my next paragraph. But I'm going to include as much of this information in each of my paragraphs as I can. Okay, and I'm going to work my way down through these as I'm writing each one. Now, I've already done most of the work with my graphic organizer, so the writing process is really just going to be looking at what you have and deciding how you want to put it into paragraphs. And like I said, you do not have to copy it word for word the way that you put it. You can change things around, and we will be editing and revising. But do make sure that you have your headings in here. So you have early life, life and accomplishments, effect on others. Please leave a space between your heading and the beginning of your paragraph, and then a space between the end of your paragraph and the next heading. And make sure to indent. So we're going to do 5 spaces since you guys do not have a tab key. And don't forget to go back and add in your hook afterwards. So I might use a fun fact, I might use a question to get my reader interested. So it really just depends on how you want to hook your reader. But I don't want to just start with Stephen King as an author because that's not super interesting. But like that video said, you may want to do that at the end. So we will be working through this. And we will talk about your cited sources later on. So right now we're really just focusing on getting this information into paragraph form. Oh, almost forgot. When you're finished working for the day, you'll hit save and quit. Okay, so not submit unless you're finished. It's save and quit.